The key to a good life is giving. I really, truly believe that. But what happens if you just give too much of yourself? They say that the more you give, the more you get. And I have found that to be true in my life. I really do believe that. But is there a limit? Is there a point where you've just given so much of yourself, not just financially, but emotionally, physically, that there's just nothing left? You can't just give, 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 give and expect to have that whole remain as one. And what happens? I know that a lot of people, I may be talking right to you here, but it's hard to say no. If somebody asks you for something, you want to say yes, you want to do it. And whatever those reasons are, whether you're hoping to get something in return, or you just feel bad saying no, or you want to just be the person that other people can rely on all the time, that's gonna take a toll eventually. Eventually, you have to learn how to say no, and that can be so hard because you may have some of your best friends, your lover, your girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, whatever, coming to you and asking for help. They may need a ride somewhere. They may need something much, much bigger than that. They may have had a life-altering event and are hoping that you can step in and take control and help. And I think it's really good to do that. If you have the ability, you have the time, you have the desire to go in and help somebody, do it. It's the most rewarding thing that you can do. Probably second to parenthood, I guess, but helping people is epic. And it's hard to put it into words because we want to give, we want to help people, but it comes at a toll for ourselves. And where's that line? Where can we say, I have given to the point where I just can't give anymore for right now? You may be in a desperate situation yourself where you need help, but people still come to you and say, could you give me a ride here? Can you go drop this off for me? Even little simple stuff like that. And any one of those can be that breaking point where you're like, I just can't do it. I don't have gas in the tank. My car isn't running right. I just can't do it. But saying no means disappointing somebody and making somebody else's life inconvenient. But there's a point where you got to say no and just say, I can't. Like, I would love, love, love to help you, but I just can't right now. And it may even come to the point where you're going to have to reach out and ask for help yourself and just try to get through. This is this is an example. You know, you come out trying to find some silence and record a video, but you bring a dog because you want the dog to have a good little experience. So you bring the dog out on the walk. you get a panting mess. So look at this. Look at this. He just wants to say hi. He's foaming at the mouth. Oh, Lord. You try to make a nice video. All right, I'm going to push stop. I think what I'm talking about might be, like, I think parents might feel this because, I mean, even with your own children, you know, you're giving, giving, and giving, even though it's expected and required that you do so. But still, if you're driving around everywhere and you're dropping off and you're picking up and you're going to this event and you're buying supplies for this activity and taking friends to here, and it's constant where you're really giving up yourself for another person. And so whether it's a parenthood thing or you're in a situation where you're taking care of a friend, or you're just giving yourself to another human or another group of humans, you're going to start giving pieces of yourself away. And eventually you're going to wake up and be like, look, what about me? Like, I've given so much of me. What's left? Who am I? And I guess that's where my realization comes in, that you got to say no. And when you're really feeling that, you have to be able to say no and go on a drive, go on a road trip, go do whatever you need to do to make yourself happy and refuel yourself. Because when your cup is empty and somebody asks you for something, it's a dangerous place for them and for you. So do what you have to do to keep that cup full, keep yourself full, and just understand who you are as a person. And I think from that space, giving is a beautiful thing. But when that starts to get depleted, when that cup is low and you try to pour something else out of it and there's just nothing there, that's when things can break. And I just don't want that to happen to you. And I was thinking about it for me the last couple of days, and wanted to get out into nature, which is why I'm here. This is as much nature as I can find at the moment. It's really beautiful. We can see the ocean way out that way, over the hills of the neighborhoods, and it's not perfectly quiet out here, obviously, but it's a nice place to go just to kind of escape a little bit and refuel myself. And I have some of those places. I love to get those places, and when I'm really feeling low and empty, to come out and do something like this helps to refill that, and then there's a little bit more to give again. Don't be shy to ask either if you need help. If you need help, ask. There's always somebody out there willing to help you, and for me, it's a struggle. It's a struggle to be able to ask, because in my mind, I'm like, but what if their cup is empty? And I'm asking that one thing that pushes them over the edge. It's that fine line, because it's not on us. We can always ask, and it's on that person to keep their cup full enough to be able to give. And if they can't, I would hope that they would say no and say, I just can't right now. And it's the circle. It's the vast circle of giving and getting. So what do you think? How do you handle that? Are you a giver? Are you more of a receiver? How do you handle those situations when people just come to you over and over and over again and ask for help? How do you handle it when you just can't? Are you one of those people who does it anyway? Or are you one of those people who's strong enough to say no?